Wanderers, welcome to episode 221. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of it, just a friendly reminder. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you, but make sure you subscribe. We also are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Follow us today because content's always rolling out. Before we get into today's episode, let's hear from Silo Ridge Excavating, our title sponsor.
Are you in need of excavation work in Spencer, DuBois, Perry, or Warwick counties? Look no further than Silo Ridge Excavating, proudly owned and operated by Jason Haycox. At Silo Ridge Excavating, we specialize in both commercial and residential excavation work. From land clearing to driveway installation, maintenance, and repair, we have you covered. We also excel in drainage work, construction site prep, livestock fence installation and repair, and demolition work. With a commitment to communication and customer satisfaction, we offer free estimates to ensure that you're getting exactly what you need. Give us a call today at 812-639-0681 or visit our website at siloridgeexcavating.com to learn more. And don't forget to check them out on Facebook. Trust Silo Ridge Excavating for all your excavation needs. The Wondering Dutchmen podcast,
where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wondering Dutchmen podcast coming to you from Smoke Dragon's Lounge.
The Wondering Dutchmen! Yeah! The Wondering Dutchmen! Yeah!
Here we go!
nice.
Season 2, episode 21. If you're keeping score at home, it is the soon to possibly be stormy Thursday, March 14th. This will be coming out on Friday morning, March 22nd. March is damn near gone.
I like how you have those dates like nailed down.
I appreciate it because I messed it up once.
Yeah.
Across from me, the handsome devil with one good foot and a wonderfully beautiful mustache is our buddy Big Mace. Sitting there in the middle, looking very springy in his kind of
Pistachio.
Pistachio colored shirt is our buddy Smoke Dragon, looking at the world through his rose-colored glasses. And I am Casey.
Yeah, his squad.
We have the only diabetic in the group here today, Couch Guy, along with a special guest from Texarkana, Arkansas.
That's right.
Visiting up here, visiting Big Brother.
Baby Mace in the house.
Hell yeah.
There's nothing baby about that kid. Hey, before we go, though, hour one, let's hear from our friends, Catering by Meyer.
Hour one of our program is proudly sponsored by Catering by Meyer. As we usher in the new year of 2024, a flurry of events awaits. Graduation parties, weddings, birthdays, family reunions, wedding anniversaries, and class reunions. The excitement is palpable, but so are the logistical challenges of planning these memorable occasions. But fear not, you don't have to navigate the complexities of these events or the planning alone. Say goodbye to stress and hello to simplicity by making just one call to Catering by Meyer. Let the experts at Catering by Meyer take the reins and turn your vision into reality. Give them a call today to secure your spot and embark on a culinary journey that will exceed your expectations. Big thanks to Bubba and Jared and all the squad over there. Let's send some positive vibes Bubba's way. Had a big procedure done. Hopefully he'd be on his road to recovery. Everything went great according to what we gathered, so that's good news. So
Serious T's and P's on that one.
that's right.
I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you? I mean, would that be serious?
Positive vibes. We'll just kick it that way.
Positive vibes.
I like
Yeah,
positive.
positive vibes.
We're a big positive vibes podcast.
Yeah, peace and positivity. That's what we're all about.
We are. Some big news this week. We may be throwing the biggest bash in Southwest Indiana.
That's right. It's out. It's
on
public.
Friday,
Check.
September 14th.
13th.
Well, our
13th?
fest is the 13th or the 15th. So if you're going to talk about it, you ought to know.
Oh, okay. Well, Tell you
That's
what.
when it is, the 13th. It'll be Friday the 13th, baby. And one and only, our buddies from Overboard.
Hell yeah.
Are going to be playing at the Holland Fest on the main stage.
You know, I think
Those guys jam.
it's going to be great. I think the problem they're going to have is
Parking.
the committee. Well, that too, but the the fest committee is going to want to try to shut them boys down, and I think it might turn into a riot.
That's fine. I'm ready to fight right now. I mean,
Hell yeah.
whatever happens, happens. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm buckled up.
But I'm sure we'll talk to those guys and we'll talk more about it as it comes up. But it's official.
Hope to have them on the show between now and then. Maybe we can discuss set list or, some.
What song Smoke Dragon's going to sing with?
Yeah.
To pre-plan that.
Yeah, we'll have to find out.
I mean, you did good off the cuff, though.
For sure, dude. For anybody to just go up there and rip Dwight Yoakam right off
Yeah.
the cuff and just absolutely nail it, like
Maybe I should take my harmonica.
for sure.
Please
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
do
we
you
could
have
do
one of the
that.
little jaw harp attachment?
No, I
Oh,
don't
Jew
Yeah.
harp?
jaw harp.
Do you know what a Jew harp or Jew's harp? Have you ever heard those?
Little ding, ding, ding.
Those dudes, yeah, I thought that's what you were referring to, but you were talking about like the Neil Young,
Yeah.
the
can
jaw,
play the
like the
guitar while
headgear,
you're-
like
Yeah.
the headgear.
I just
for
thought
the,
maybe you might have had. You're too cool for
the
headgear. What am I
harmonica.
thinking?
Yeah,
But yeah, we're excited. We love it. And also, what's going to be wild is that Friday
oh.
we'll be checking in for the second annual Wondering Dutchmen barbecue competition.
Which hopefully, if we can get the logistics worked out with the Holland Fest, I think our new home where we're moving to is probably going to be pretty sweet. So
Pretty good spot. Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll be able to lock down some Dutchman headquarters
Surely they would.
for the fest.
You know,
So,
that would be good. But yeah, we're excited. The guys at Overboard are great. They jammed.
oh man,
We'll have to figure out a way to pack the beer garden.
For
Maybe we'll.
hey, and I'll tell you one thing:
100
them
beer
son
tickets.
bitches are not stealing the banner this time. We're getting the banner.
Yeah, we'll get
If there's a banner this time,
Oh.
it's our turn for
Well,
the banner.
we can talk to our friend that
Even
shall
if it
remain
does have
nameless,
the wrong name on it, we're still gonna.
Yeah,
we're still.
yeah.
which is funny. We'll have to talk about that. Overdrive. Nope. Overboard. Got
Yeah,
it.
my bad.
And the crazy thing of it
That's
is,
on me.
people won't realize this until they get there if they've never heard them.
That was
Just a
all.
2-man show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's still a great jam. Well, I guess 3-man show when Dave's up there.
when Smoke Dragon
They
gets
become a tripod.
yeah. I think they have a guy that can play. A guy that can fill in on a couple different spots, I believe,
Now,
but it's only intermittent. though.
yeah. So it's nothing
Here and there.
Nothing
Yeah,
big.
here and there. Yeah,
Yeah.
once or
So,
twice.
big fella, what you got going on this week?
Fishing, and more fishing. That's the number one thing on my list. I have been flat fishing my face off
Nice.
because I can't really do anything other than drive around in my side by side, which is okay because I can use my left foot
Mm-hmm.
for that. So then I just kind of kick my booted foot over to the one side and get it out of the way, buckle my safety belt, and then I cruise around probably at a steady rate of about 12 to 13 mile an hour.
You know,
So-
that's a fun cruising.
yeah, so I can just, I load my fishing gear up and everything. Start out in the morning. I got a routine down, and the warden kind of threw it off today because this is the first day she's been off in like a long time.
Mm.
I usually get up in the morning. That's rain already. That's
Yeah.
okay. That's good.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's totally 100%.
They can't even hear the rain.
Oh, they can't. No, just we can. But it's raining. Those are precursors for the storms to come, rather. But anyway, back what I was saying. I get up in the morning, coffee, shit, TV, breakfast, shower, and then I usually head out about 9:30, 10 o'clock for the day. Like I'll go out and get in the Ranger and just set out on adventures.
This is his
I
retirement.
can't wait to.
He's
I
living
know,
his
dude.
retirement right now.
I know, because like the other day when you had PTO and I just cruised over here, hung out here, we fixed water pumps and shit, and then you had to go get parts, and I slipped over to neighbor Doug's and caught like 4 fish within 30 minutes. David was, no, you weren't even gone 30 minutes, 15, 20 tops. I'm having a ball with it. Now, I do need to go to work because I'm going to be broke if I don't. If I don't get back to work in a decent amount of time, I'm going to be broke as shit, and the warden will probably kick me out of the house. But other than that,
Like to live in the garage or like off the property?
well, who knows? I mean, smoker's lounge.
Yeah, we got room here.
Yeah, the couch. I'll have to root couch guy off the couch, but
Well, you may want to wipe it down.
no, he's okay. I've had those balls in my face before, so it's
Oh, wow.
no big deal
Oh,
there.
that's
Yeah,
an interesting
no problem. Hey,
interesting thing
it's
there.
all open doors here. I mean, we're all friends
No
around here.
judgment.
But no, I just been catching a lot of fish. I've been been really having a lot of luck on a small, like 4-inch swim bait in like a ghost shad color, which wouldn't believe that it would work. In local farm ponds, normal people, when they think of these big, 4.5, 5, 6-inch boot tail swim baits, you're thinking like big water, schooling bass, stuff like that. But
Yeah.
believe it or not, I've been having quite a bit of luck around home with those. So.
Good.
Yeah, but that fishing a lot, and like boat envy. I've been having really bad boat.
Got a boat, I'll sell you.
Well, no, not that kind of boat. I've been having like bass boat envy. Watching a lot of those guys online on the YouTubes with their big.
That's what's going to get him back to work, Smoke Dragon.
Yeah, get back to work.
It'll motivate him to get back to work.
But no, that's it, really.
Smoke Dragon, what about you?
Well, the old water pump in the truck took a shit Monday. So Tuesday I took PTO to replace the water pump. Thanks to our friends of the show over there at Toys.
Yeah, hashtag shop local.
Where the best part is you.
Yes.
Well, this week the best part was them.
Yes.
Because they had a water pump.
Yeah.
So I took that day off. That was an awesome day. Just tinkering around the shop like that. That was a good time. Washed the truck. Hadn't been washed in like a year.
I was just getting ready to
When
ask.
did you take the Green Bay Packers plate off there? That threw me for a loop a couple weeks when we passed there on the Intercontinental Highway,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, that's smoke."
We need
I was
to
like, I
get.
didn't see the plate.
We need to get.
Dutchman plate.
We do. That way we know who's who.
Yeah.
And that way you can ditch that bullshit Purdue plate on Lady Tank. And then I could get, one on the white car. Because I have the bracket for the one on the white car, but I don't have any plate yet. So.
But the problem of it is that Purdue plate pays a lot of the bills.
Well, not the plate, just the woman that went to school there, So.
Well, I mean, it's better than donating to Purdue.
I guess
if I could throw a plate on there. Although we lost the E on there, the E fell off somewhere, so I don't
So
know.
it's Purdue. Purdue.
Purdue. I went to Purdue.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, I had the flashlight for Dave on the water pump job. He failed to mention that. I was kind of like his.
Oh no! I needed a second set of hands a couple times.
he was getting to
It took
that.
like 4 hours.
Mhm.
It's a little longer than it probably should have taken, but
Well, we were very thorough when we were disassembling.
When you don't do it every day, you got to be careful with that kind of stuff.
yeah. So I've worked on the truck, the van twice. It's been a tough week on the fleet for the last 5 or 6 weeks. We've gone through a lot.
Yeah.
Walking today, I got stopped by a stranger.
Uh-oh.
And he said, "Hey,"
Give me your wallet.
I said, "You David Smoker?"
Oh,
I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Listen to the Dutchman all the time."
yeah.
Shout out to old Luke Fleck there. That was a pretty cool thing. for
Yeah.
lunch.
Well, hell yeah.
So, yeah, other than that, we'll just, I'm
Strangers.
actually been getting texts coming across here. Apparently back home, a tornado hit down. Sounds like a pretty bad one.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
they're scrambling emergency services for search and rescue. So,
No, that's not good.
In Richmond?
well, Winchester, which is about 15 minutes north of Richmond.
Winchesterton, Fieldville. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Up there where Dr. Pepper lived.
Yeah, so,
Tough spot.
yeah.
Winchester. What?
Mass casualties. The whole area by Walmart, the trailer park, the hospital, and the nursing home.
Oh no.
Son of a buck. It's raining now. They can
Yeah.
probably hear that.
But this will be the first rain they hear.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
No,
Real
what-
toad strangler.
What the hell movie was that whenever
Twister.
no God dang it. Christina Ricci plays she's a fraud and she tells this dude that she's going on a date with that she's from Winchesterton Fieldville. And she was, you know what I'm talking about? Winona Ryder, that's who I'm talking about. What's it called? Mr. Deeds, that's it. Yeah, Mr. Deeds. Winchesterton Fieldville. She was Dr. Pepper's daughter.
She was old Dr. Pepper's daughter.
That's right, yeah. Anyway.
But that's about my week in a nutshell.
Yeah. Well, there
So-
you go. There you go. That
What about
sounds
you,
good.
buddy?
What about you?
Well, we've been hard at it baseball wise. First game on the 19th. So when you hear this, we've already been in the scrap, the fray once.
What? March 19th, your first game?
Well, because spring break is a week,
yeah.
the last week of March, and that kind of screws the pooch for scheduling.
Where is
purposes.
it and what time?
We're playing at home, and I think it's a 6 or 6:30 start. I don't even know for sure.
Awesome.
So Dale and the boys got Southside Park looking in pretty good shape.
Yeah, they've been working their ass off. I talked to a couple of guys at the Parks Department just the other day. They've been, they're getting it.
Yeah, busy time of the year for them. Kids are Kids are good. Old Rat Man had the call today that he's going to get tubes placed in.
Good deal.
So finally can get past that. That lady, with all due respect to her, she probably doesn't listen to the show, but she looked at me and said, yeah, he's a good candidate for tubes. I wanted to say, well, no shit. We've been dealing with, she even said, well, it looks
Thank
like
you, Mr. Obvious.
she's like, well, it looks like he's had about 8 or 9, ear infections and over the last, 8 to 9 months. And I was like, yeah, I can recall them all. And especially the stretch where we had about 4 in a row, where no antibiotics worked and we still couldn't pull the trigger then. So, and then when I proceeded to tell her that, we had the other two have been down this road.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't pick up on the hint that we were experienced. So she broke it down from a fundamental standpoint.
The twins both had tubes. Eleanor has not. Eleanor still has her tonsils as well. But the twins, I don't think Max has tonsils. Maybe he does. Maybe Evelyn was the only one. She was a snorer. Real bad snorer. So she had tonsils and adenoids at the same time.
We got it. We got a little bit of that situation.
Is Ratman doing adenoids as well?
No. Zoe Zobug's she snores. Not like a you and I if we were to sit back and snore, but probably not.
Speaking of snoring, the new guy in the lounge came home, left Texarkana 3 a.m.
Okay.
Right, drives red eyes over for Holland. Right, gets to Holland. I think it was sometime around noon. Anyway, long story short, my mom says, why don't you just go lay down in one of the beds and take a nap? And he's like, no, I'm good. So she turns the TV up louder. Hey, why don't you go lay down? No, I'm good. Turns the TV up louder. And I called her later and I was like, what are you doing? She goes, I'm in the backyard reading a book because I can't take it anymore. Oh, sir snores a lot, a.k.a. Briggs and Stratton back there, really letting her eat.
Yeah.
When we get back home there. So
no, we had doctor's appointment, all that other stuff. But we had old Papa Frank and I got to spend Wednesday afternoon together.
Yeah, so I get a random text or call from Shirley.
Yeah, he saw us cruising through town.
Brother Josh, he said, does Lindemann not have an effing job? And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, I could have swore I just seen him and some old white-haired dude cruising around Huntingburg.
That old white-haired dude be Papa Frank.
And a side-by-side. And I'm like, no, he's surely at work. So I tracked you. I looked you up on our locations. And I'm like, no, that's him. He's on 4th Street. He said, yeah, I know. He said, because he goes, does Lindemann look identical to Noblet without a hat or with a hat on? And I'm like, I don't know. No, Noblet doesn't have near the beard as Lindemann does. He goes, well, then maybe it's Lindemann because it's the same guy I seen the last time out by the school when I swore it was Noblet. And I'm like, no, that's totally case.
Well, we had so I changed oil in the old Polar Bear, and so then I was like, Dad, I got a few errands to run. You want to just get out of the house? And so we hopped in the side by side and we just kind of cruised town, and it was nice.
It is very.
I mean, it's nice to do it.
I've put more miles on my Ranger in the last 2 weeks than I've put on it for a long time.
Well, I had to stop and renew my membership to the country club, which is the most Esquire thing to say.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I know. I just beat you to the punch there.
There goes a cool $2,000.
No, it ain't $2,000.
Yeah, well.
Yeah,
no,
so
1950, bro.
God, bruh.
So, anyways, I come out with a couple cold ones and we proceed to cruise on back home.
I tell you what, man, I love it. Like, I absolutely love it. Like, and maybe we might be maybe breaking a little law or two here and there, whatever. But I like getting a few cold ones.
Yeah.
And just getting some good tunes. Does your dad have a radio in his?
No.
So we just have like a Bluetooth speaker, like a little guy, and we set it right on the dash. And the warden and I'll, throw a couple, chili pops in there and leave the kids at home and just go for a lap.
Meander.
Yeah, I really like that. Like you said, the cool 12, 13 mile an hour, like that's perfect speed.
So, yeah, that's what, so that was Wednesday afternoon. Well, I had PTO to burn.
Oh, have to, huh?
Yeah, because at our establishment, your PTO,
if you don't use
rolls
it, you lose it.
over March, today's date, 14th. So the PTO cycle starts anew on the 14th, and I was going to give them about 20 hours.
No, hell with that.
So I burned one last week Wednesday, and then this week Wednesday, And I gave him 4. I donated 4 hours.
You're an idiot. I never have. I never give them anything back. No way. If you can't use, no way. That's why you get them, Casey. Isn't that what Papa Frank told us?
Yeah.
That's part of your compensation package. That's right.
Yeah. Well, but this way though, in my mind, I would have been below 200 and I want to keep 200 in the bank. So
Jesus Christ.
This way I've got 200 hours built up, ready to go.
I used to have that much PTO back in the day. Until I changed jobs.
You probably won't have a whole lot left.
I won't have none. I ran out yesterday.
Oh, really?
Wednesday of this week, I'm completely out. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, it's terrible. So now I'm on short-term disability right now.
Collecting cash for that?
66.6%.
Yeah, that's nice.
Of your whatever income. And then I'll be able to be on that until I go back. And then when I go back, I have to actually... Anyway, but yeah, it's stupid.
Do you have, so like when Janelle was off on maternity leave, although that was a year plus ago, they had the Aflac guy come through, and that's who she does for. It's like pennies on the dollar, but it's paid.
Yeah, we do ours through Lincoln.
Pretty well.
Lincoln Financial, or Lincoln, I think it might be Lincoln Financial. I'm not sure who it is, but that's who our short-term disability is through, and we pay for it, and it's not expensive.
Yeah.
So we do that, we have to wait 15 days for that to kick in, post-procedure date, which is luckily for me, I only have one unpaid day because I had 14 days left.
So when's your days start over then?
What do you mean?
Like, so you can't take any time
I will
off
have
the rest
absolutely no PTO left until July 1, the change of the quarter, because that's when we recycle our sick time. So I'll get like 31 hours of sick time come July 1.
Oh, okay.
And that'll have to last me until January 1. And that's it. That's the only.
So you're locked down for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's good that the taxpayers of Huntingburg will get their due.
Yeah,
from you.
For me.
Yeah. TikTok this week.
Doing well.
New guy. Well, not ours.
Oh.
I mean, ours is maybe it is doing well.
Touché.
Get to the point, bro. Have you guys seen him?
No. Mm-mm.
So his whole shtick is he'll.
What about the Batman guy? Not in Gotham.
I don't know him.
Okay.
But he'll stitch in. Stitch is the right word, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, these people that go on these long rants and talk about whatever they have going on, he'll play the first bit just for a hot second, and then he'll, like, in this dry voice, go through. She actually found the love of her life. Turns out he was cheating on her. I saved you 2 minutes and 14 seconds. And that's how he does it. And it's just hilarious.
Have you seen the dude... the Weekend song?
Nope.
The I don't wanna go. Na, 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 na. Anyway, there's a dude that beatboxes that. Right? It's a beatbox thing. And then it goes, there's a girl she stitched it and she did it like she made it sound terrible. And it's probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Was she deaf?
No, no, she was of sound.
So can I play it?
Oh, sure, I'd love to.
Here.
Hold on. I dated a guy for 6 months who never took me on a date.
He was not interested.
Time saved, 1 minute, 4 seconds. He just...
With the devil. Messed up.
She was meditating and she felt a cool energy. She heard the devil asking her to choose between fame and God. And
Does he have shit in his mouth?
She said the
French.
devil is not scary.
Yeah, I'm all out on that guy.
6 minutes, 10 seconds on one of them saved.
No.
So bravo to him.
There are so many different TikTok trends that go in and go on all the time that it's hilarious. My TikTok algorithm is 100% different than my wife's, and I think it's hilarious.
You mean she's not looking at boobs and ass on hers?
Mine hasn't been a lot of that lately either. Like mine hasn't been a whole bunch of the old
Probably retirement, fishing,
the TNA
jokes.
Jen and I's are about the same.
Are they?
We just send each other the same TikToks all the time, and we see them about the same time.
You know,
So-
a couple that TikToks together stays together, I think.
Justine and I
You
get
gotta
a lot
figure
of
it
the
out.
same as well. But mine, she's on more nurse talk, doctor talk, stuff like that, where I'm like on the construction thing. Like you see baby baby Mace's hat he's got on.
Oh yeah.
What Breadstick Ricky. You ever heard of Breadstick Ricky?
Is that the fella in the hard hat?
Yes, and he's got the fast
Filter.
the chipmunk voice all the time. Like he comes up on mine a lot too.
Yeah.
He's a funny bastard. Yeah,
Breadstick Ricky.
yeah, he's a good one. Blue collar stuff you probably wouldn't.
Yeah, probably wouldn't get it.
And then the other one is the hey, Mr. George, how much you pay for the new guy? Felipe is drinking the beer on the work. Now we need new tools. Shit like that. Those are ones on mine.
Not surprised. Talked to our buddy Dustin Harris this week.
Red.
So the guy, so you remember when we were back at the Corn Ferry Tour Championship,
Okay.
the guy that came off 18 that we met there in the like where we came down to the 18th green and
Yeah.
he walked off and we shook hands.
Was he
and
like a?
he was with the caddy that he knows. That one guy.
Yes.
He won this past week.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Well, good for him.
So
a tour event.
Yeah, on the Corn Ferry Tour event.
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
He didn't get his card.
Oh, okay.
So I asked Red, I said, he said that probably gets him to French Lick at the end of the year if he could win a couple more and be an automatic bid. But I was like, hey, what's the chance we could have a conversation with him? You know, it'd be cool because
Yeah.
he's buddies with the caddy and
Yeah.
guys seem pretty laid back. So
That'd be awesome, especially if we could do it like on the deck of the die or something.
yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
No, okay.
Yeah,
Sounds like an awful long way to pack shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
that would probably be
Yeah.
that would be the case.
Maybe we could do like a Zoom call or something.
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of working that out.
Yeah.
We'll get that figured
Hopefully on our way for that. Yeah,
out. Yeah, I think it will be pretty good that way.
for sure.
So, smoke. It's motorcycle season. Bunch
Yeah.
of out and about.
It's gonna be down in the 20s again next week. I think a couple of nights.
I don't really
Maybe.
see that.
I
I think
it was like low 30s. high
Sunday,
20s.
Monday, it's pretty chilly, and then I think
Yeah.
it starts climbing out Monday night, Tuesday.
Right. So hopefully it's just a little, just a little fluke. I don't think it's nothing to write home about. Yeah. I mean, that definitely says 29 and 26. Yeah. For 2 days there.
I trust Dave can read.
Yeah, and then it starts, like Casey said, then it starts climbing out. But I mean, we're still high in the 60s on those days. So I mean, you could take a little ripper if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You guys do anything for spring break?
Going to Gatlinburg.
I'm afraid my wife is going
Ooh.
to drag me somewhere too. So that week that we might need to pre-schedule that week somehow.
Well,
and I leave to California the week after that.
Yeah.
oh
But I'll
shoot,
be
like
back.
we're right around the corner too.
Mm-hmm.
But I will be back Thursday. Should be back here by 7:00 that night.
Evening wise, yeah. Surely you won't want to turn and burn that night though, too. Do you have to go to work Friday?
TBD.
Yeah.
I would say you worked your 40 hours. You got to go on that trip.
But I'll be on. It'll only take me a couple days to get hooked on California time. So 7 here will be like 4 over there.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'll be
so
ready
we'd be
to go.
fine. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, it'd be great shape.
Hmm.
So, what is this for? You're going to California?
It's like a trade show,
Oh.
like some training and stuff.
What are those? I have a. There's one for the resort. It's like a Risk. It's called Rims, and it's going to be in San Diego.
What did you say?
It's RIMS Rims.
Didn't have
It's-
jobs, anything with there?
It's no, no, it doesn't.
Just checking.
It's
Yeah.
probably at the same. So
It's in San Diego
That was a show I went to last year. Is in San Diego, and that's if it's at the
Convention Center.
Yeah, it's a nice.
Now you're going to
Is it-
Anaheim.
hmm
Anaheim's nice.
You gonna
Or
catch?
it was.
You gonna catch a Ducks game?
Actually, there is
Angels
one
game?
Sunday. Angels and a Ducks game on Sunday.
So we set. So
What would you
BPA
rather go to?
I don't know. So when I was talking to the guys I'm going with, I
quack.
think we could actually
Quack.
do both.
Both of them. That'd
Quack.
be cool. Because you can see. So BPA Nationals my sophomore year,
Here comes a humble
junior
brag.
year was in Anaheim.
hmm
There in that
you go?
area. Yeah. And so we went to
Really?
sold out. Yeah. I was state champion prepared speech.
I'll be damned.
And so we went to an Angels game and we sat in the last
In the
freaking
outfield?
row.
Angels in the outfield.
Yeah, it's exactly what it was. Last freaking
Danny
row,
Glover
and you
there?
could feel the stadium moving.
Yep. Don't.
And it was
do
a
that.
packed house because they
That's
were
a
playing
why.
the A's.
Why was it moving? Because that earthquake?
No, because we were just up at the very
Oh,
far
I
end
got
of
you.
the stadium, but you could look behind the interstate, and there was where they played hockey at. They're real close to each other.
Never been to a hockey game, so
Oh, I could only imagine it
They're-
sucking ass in Anaheim, though.
Yeah,
I don't know. It'd still be good.
my
I think.
hotel's like across the road from Disneyland.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not looking forward
gosh.
to that.
Disneyland's in Anaheim?
They've got one in, Disneyland. Disney World is in Orlando.
Well, I know that. I didn't know what part of California land
It's in
was.
Anaheim.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
They're in Orange County. I think that's Orange.
OCC?
Yeah, it is.
You can go see Polly? Tuttle?
That's New York.
New York.
Okay, yeah.
Idiot.
That's what I meant. Orange County.
Jesse James used to be out there.
God, well, I'm
you mean at the
prepared.
show when they had snow everywhere? Didn't
Anybody,
give it away.
anyway,
It's
nobody
not
gives a shit
California?
about Anaheim, California.
Ah.
Let's talk about something a little bit more
I
relevant.
knew a girl from Anaheim.
So just the warden had something happen today that she was telling me about, and I had never really put any thought to it. And then when I teased it, I teased the thought before the show today, and David actually corroborated what she said. Corroborated that.
Yep.
Do you know, which I did, I don't know what the facts are on this, but she seems to think that
Never stopped anything else from you.
that the difference in sweat smells. Now, I just thought, I told her, she said, did you know that like a stress sweat smells different than like a workout sweat?
Yeah, you can smell the fear.
And I said that I just can notice like that my balls, like a good bag sweat would smell different than like a
Mhm.
being outside working type sweat. You know what I mean? Like that kind of differentiation. And
No, if I get real like anxious or like nervous about something, like it smells different.
now what?
Because I'm a sweaty bastard.
Oh,
but I normally
yes.
can't smell that I'm sweating. But if it's like nervous sweats, I can.
You ever have that, Casey?
I
I don't think it's fear.
don't know that I tell the difference. I don't.
Your body odor can change. There goes Bojangles. Caught him out of the corner of my eyeball, little bastard.
Well, he knows over there on the glizzy machine is the best.
Well, because Dave said he did see some excrement in that area earlier, so we'll have to make sure those glizzies get extra hot so we don't die of rabies or
I
whatever.
don't know that's how rabies is.
Well, what other mouse-borne illness we can get?
The bubonic plague.
The bubonic plague.
Did you
yeah.
see where somebody died from the bubonic plague?
Oh, bullshit.
Just this week. Died in Portland, Oregon,
Well,
or
There.
somewhere up there in the Northwest.
Say no
Jesus,
more.
it's in the country?
It has been for a long time.
Your body odor can change due to hormones,
Yeah.
the food you eat, infections,
Indian food.
medications, or underlying conditions like diabetes. I do know that. Ketoacidosis,
It's a real sweet smell.
fruity, like alcohol. That's a thing too. That's where a lot of people get
Is that why they ask if you're diabetic, if they
Yes.
pull you over and
Yeah.
think you've been drinking?
100%. Yes,
I'll be damned.
because it gives you that fruity alcohol smell. That's 100% fact. Because couch douche. I've personally smelt that before. Showing up, I'm like, good God, how drunk are you? And what kind of fruity foo-foo drink have you been slamming? And he's like, no, I need an orange juice pretty quick here.
Okay, so I was wrong. It wasn't Washington.
Shocker.
A New Mexico man has died from the bubonic plague after being
Oh.
hospitalized for the disease. State officials confirmed last week. It is the initial human case of the plague in New Mexico since 2021 and the first fatality since 2020.
I guess I didn't realize it was still around.
What is the bubonic plague?
It's
actually?
infected fleas from dead rodents back into the home, which in turn can put household members at risk. In 2021, a Torrance County resident was the state's most recent human plague case. The previous year saw 4 human plague cases, 1 in Santa Fe County, 2 in Torrance County, and 1 fatality in Rio Arribe County.
Fever, headache, chills, weakness, or 1 or more swollen, painful lymph nodes, also called the buboes. This form usually results in a bite of an infected flea.
So you would get that from a mouse.
Infected flea.
Yeah.
Because mice can have fleas.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be damned. Huh. That's a wild deal.
It's kind of interesting.
You'd think that would have died a long time ago.
So what happened then in the Black Plague when it just went away for a little bit?
Well, is that what
That's a different thing.
No, the bubonic plague and the Black Plague are the same thing.
Are they?
you sure?
Yes.
Black Death. Now, here we go. Black Death or the bubonic plague.
Yeah.
What's the one where you bleed from your eyes?
Ebola. It's a hemorrhagic disease.
It's not Ebola. Oh,
100%.
It is Ebola.
Ebola virus.
What do you get from chicken?
Salmonella.
Mm.
Yeah. That's just a mean
Dave.
case of the shits. E.
Fair
coli is what you can get.
Okay.
E. coli is like a surface-borne.
So how do some of these veggies and shit get salmonella on them?
Just from not being washed or improper storage or whatever. My wife is a stickler on that shit. Like spinach.
Oh, like
Stuff like-
washing vegetables? when you
Yes,
get
sir.
them? Do you wash vegetables?
I
when you
do
get them?
not.
We rinse them off.
I don't.
I don't.
I just eat it right out of the bag.
Yep. I
Jenna
don't.
rinses them off.
Like if you go to Mofo and get that whole ass head of romaine lettuce.
Used to be
Bite
a lot
into
bigger
it.
back in the day.
What do you mean? They're coming back. It's hit or miss. Like I got one today that could barely get in a bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Last
I mean,
couple I got was a little
pretty
bit thin.
skimpy. Yeah. I mean, some of them are. It just depends on
Little
what they
thin.
get on the truck. But I don't wash those. I just hack them bitches up and go
What about
straight.
like apples?
No.
Yeah, I'll run water over
Maybe
them and
this.
Yeah, I'll give it an old shirt.
Give it the
rub.
old shirt rub.
then grapes. I'll wash grapes.
I don't. I eat them some bitches in the store. Sometimes they don't make it to their checkout, and I'll just ditch it in the chip aisle so I don't have to pay for them.
Oh boy.
That's not true. I've never done that. I did get my ass beat one time in McDonald's in Walmart for stealing peanuts straight out of the big bulk bin. Yeah, my old man did not like that. You little thieving bastard. And I do believe somebody told the manager or somebody told him that, hey, you can't be whipping your kid in public. And I think he told them to mind their own business.
Oh, raising kids is
Oh,
different.
yeah, it's a wild deal. But no, I mean, my kids have gotten into the habit now. Like my mom will just randomly show up with like a big ass Driscoll's box of strawberries or something, and Eleanor will Eleanor, even the youngest one, the ripe old age of 8, she'll get in the cabinet and get a colander out, and she'll rip the stems off or take a little paring knife and get the stems off, and then she'll rinse them and wash them and throw them in a bowl. And
I mean, I feel like nobody like rinses their hot dogs off when they get them out of the package.
well, no, but the hot dogs are not sprayed with insecticides and other things like that.
But the stuff the hot dogs ate were.
Well, yeah, those and the peckers and eyelids that hot dogs are made of would
Those old bar S
Drug
dogs.
right through the.
they just right through there, But
Those bar S dogs. You still eat them bar S dogs?
no way. Ever since we got this Merkley's deal, that's
I
the only
actually
thing I've been
haven't-
eating.
So since I've not had any booze, I also haven't had any peanut butter.
What?
I haven't had.
Wow.
I've not eaten out anywhere since then.
But I mean,
Haven't had any. I don't know that we've.
this is the guy that admitted to just ripping open a bag of lettuce and eating it raw.
I had a Culver's burger today, which was freaking good.
Well, when they fry them babies in
I
butter.
did have a glass or part of Jenna's glass of sweet tea the other day. She brought home some sweet tea from Ben Sims,
Oh yeah,
the old zip and sip. So I had a
The
few
old
drinks
zip
what a
and
of that.
rebel!
Mhm.
What a rebel!
The old zip.
I've been
zip.
drinking a lot of shit. I just blew my cover.
Yeah.
I fell off the wagon a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm drunk.
I'm gonna put,
Not saying I'm sober. though.
I'm not drunk, but we've been having some driveway beverages the last few.
yeah, you have been.
Been nice.
As I
outside.
roll home and then roll out.
It's been nice last few evenings. man.
So
I'm free white and 21. I'll do whatever the hell I want.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what race has to do with that.
Well, it's just what Wild Bill always used to say. I'm
Oh.
free white and 21. I'll do whatever the hell I want to do.
There you go.
Yeah.
By the way, I think my middle son may give Wild Bill a run for his money.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah. So
Is he getting a little bit of ruckus?
he just
I love it. I can't wait.
So it was
I hope he's a hellion.
Sunday. I don't know, it was one of those days, but my wife discovered the carpet was wet.
Oh, did he piss on the floor?
And I have noticed a urine smell in their room.
Yeah, baby.
And it turns out he's been just middle of the floor or right there at the door. And I don't know
Did you
how
rub
my
his nose in it?
No, I threatened to.
Well, you should. I'll never forget that. I know a buddy of mine that did that, and I thought you're a savage.
Yeah.
You can't do that to your kid. Like rolled up newspaper.
But it's like,
Holy cow!
he just
Wait
is.
till CPS gets a load of this.
Yeah. So Janelle was very stern with him, gave him a stern talking to, and I told him in no mince words that you do it again, your ass is getting paddled and you ain't gonna like it. And he just laughed and walked off. And I thought, you little bastard.
Why is it Eleanor was real bad at that? Like when she would do something really bad, I mean, not like blatantly piss on the floor or anything like that, but like if she did something bad.
And like, here's the worst part about it, not to interrupt, but he's potty trained.
You owe me. Go ahead.
He's had no accidents.
Oh, yeah.
He knows what he's supposed to do. He just willingly decides.
What? Remember old
Mark
Billy?
his territory.
Will Billy was shitting in his pants at the ripe old age of 4 just because he wanted to. Eleanor, now her on the other hand, she would just shit in the driveway, or you know what I mean? Like, I'm go in the house. No, I don't want to. No, go in the house. No, I'm going to poop in the yard. Okay, and then you whip her ass like. Or this is not for like defecating in the grass or anything. I mean, that's a good thing. I'd rather do that than poop on the floor. But like if she gets in trouble or do something, you whip her butt and then she'd turn around literally and just laugh at you.
Westerners that way.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm going to go to jail. Like if somebody, you're going to go to school with a handprint. Like my mom always used to say, because I was a terrible kid, man. I put my parents through the ringer, if you could imagine that. But just like if like I was afraid that I was gonna get my ass beat on the way to school or something, and one of the teachers was gonna turn my parents into CPS or whatever, and she said, "Let them call. I don't care. They can come deal with your ass." You know what I mean? But that was always my biggest fear. Like you paddle one of your kids on the butt. And then they turn around and laugh at you. You know what I mean? Like, what's your instant reaction?
Yeah.
You know, like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Savages.
And this group of them down there at daycare, their room,
Bash Brothers.
their room, those kids, I swear to you, Dave, you turn them loose on a house,
Oh, yeah.
they drip that sumbitch down to the foundation.
Oh, I love it.
I mean, he was talking about, they were like, hey, we were just fighting the other day. I'm like, what do you mean just fighting? He's like, yeah, just fighting.
we got filled in on a little boxing match that Meyer went down there at
He denies it.
HES. I know, but I think we got some people on the inside that may have
I haven't heard any of that.
well, we'll have to talk about that off air, but that's just what we heard anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. It's in the joys of parenting, I guess we were so spoiled by Zoe because she's been great. She's,
Petite little flower, just chasing kitties and being
just
all girl.
Yeah. And then you get him, and like, I want to blame it on Janelle because I'm like, well, he's just acting like you. But then Janelle would never just piss
What
on
do
the
you
floor.
mean? Acting like her?
Yeah. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Wherever that ornery streak comes from. So, but God love him. It'll be interesting because, see, Rhett Man's real close to walking.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be a tide turner.
Then you're turbo screwed.
Yeah, it'll be a tide turner.
Everybody's like, oh, I can't wait for our kids to walk. And you're thinking us with kids already. No, you don't.
Yeah.
That
Bunch of
just
rookies.
takes your level of parenting from like 1 to 1,000, like in a matter of 3 steps.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
It is. It's an interesting thing.
For sure.
There's no doubt about it. But it was, So, we were talking about food earlier. I tried something that I have never had before. Oxtail this week.
Oh.
So
Pretty
a delicacy in the Jamaican
and Hispanic too.
So when we had that last head of cattle butchered,
Oh yeah.
they gave us the option to get the tail. And at first I said, no, what the hell am I going to do with it? But then I gave it to one of my buddies at the resort that's Jamaican.
Yeah.
And he made it, they kind of crock pot it.
Like a jerk type.
Yeah. And it was on a bed of rice with peas in it and some slaw. And,
Pilaf?
yeah.
How you
No,
say
just,
that? A rice
well,
pilaf?
I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it's like a bed. Yeah.
It was just rice with some peas in it.
Oh,
Yeah, it had some of those hard, like snow pea or whatever. I don't know what they
Snap
call them.
peas?
No, not
Snapdragons?
snap peas. No,
No?
not snap peas. But it was interesting.
Garbanzo beans?
No,
No.
not them.
Okay. Oxtail.
Yeah.
What a wild deal.
So it was interesting. But
Speaking of eating,
What?
I got a pee in that glizzy machine. It's smelling pretty good.
Well, you know what's on there today?
What is it?
Jalapeno
Oh,
and take a guess.
cheddar. No, Philly steak.
Bingo.
Nah.
Somebody's going to burn the shit out of their tongue.
Magma.
Hey, before we go to that pause and we get onto the glizzy machine, we can't forget about our buddy, Brad Ohanian, and his 3 big things for the week of March 10th.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
First one up, more space adventures. A highly anticipated NASA mission slated for October will aim to send a spacecraft to Jupiter's moon, Europa, an ocean world considered to be one of the best places to search for life beyond Earth.
Europa. Wasn't that what the king of Persia called Europe in the movie 300? That in all Europa. You remember that?
The spacecraft will carry names, poetry, and messages symbolizing our humanity to potential intelligent life in the cosmos. All right, Dutchman, if you had one thing to symbolize / represent the human race to another species, what would it be?
Me.
Oh, boy.
I don't know.
I don't think you need to be sending anything out to them to symbolize anything. You don't need to be showing your cards.
Yeah, you don't want to let them know what's going on.
Everybody wants to think, oh, what if there's aliens? They're already here, man. That's just a cover up of some bullshit.
Bingo.
Hey, speaking of cover-ups, Brado actually, Brado put me on another documentary.
Okay.
And it was pretty juicy, and I liked it. It's called The Octopus Murders. Americans Conspiracy. You seen that?
I've not watched it.
It's a 4-episode miniseries. You need to tie into it.
What's it on?
The Octopus Murders.
Netflix, I believe.
Netflix. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
Netflix. It's on Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Yeah.
These $2.99 Trader Joe tote bags are being resold for as much as $500.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of this.
A mosh pit over bags at Trader Joe's. I mean, what is the world coming to? Seriously?
I mean, I'm pretty sure grandma's trampled people for that little laughing Elmo back in the day. So.
Or the pink,
Grandma Viv?
the pink. God bless America. The Stanleys, the pink Stanleys this year. I've never been to.
What in the hell is Trader Joe's?
I've never been.
I
there.
think it's like a.
It's a big ass grocery store. I think there's one in Cincinnati.
That's not Trader Joe's. That's Jungle Jim.
Jungle Jim's is cool. I've been to Jungle Jim's.
Okay.
Jungle Jim's is sweet.
There, I'm confused. Yeah, I don't know what Trader Joe's is.
Applebee's is shrinking. Its parent company may open joint restaurants with IHOP. I'm at the Applebee's. I'm at the IHOP. I'm at the combination Applebee's and IHOP.
Even
Applebee's.
Applebee's. You guys remember the KFC Taco Bell combinations? Those might have been the greatest thing ever invented. You guys got any other restaurant combos?
Where do one-legged Hooters girls work?
IHOP.
I don't care what they do with Applebee's, but if they take away that all-you-can-eat boneless wings, I'm never going again.
They got all you can eat boneless wings?
Oh, yeah.
When?
What do you mean when? All the damn time.
Really?
No.
Yes, sir.
You're full of shit.
Why would I lie about that?
I haven't been to that Applebee's since probably 2014.
Question me about an Applebee's menu.
I haven't been to Applebee's
Bourbon
since,
Street steak.
I haven't been to
I like
Applebee's
the
since.
quesadilla burger.
Those are good.
Oh, those are
Those
good.
are good.
Janelle and I's bill that one time, just her and I, with an appetizer was like $70, and we were like,
At Applebee's?
yeah, it was outrageous. Like,
No
and we didn't eat
way.
anything fancy.
Jen and I would go do the 2 for $20 thing or something.
I would do that by myself. Yeah, Applebee's brings back all-you-can-eat boneless wings. Suck it. Told you it was a thing.
Man,
They're like
poultry's got real expensive.
The
I
nut-
bet they're
they're-
mice.
they're like nugs.
They're mice.
They're not big, but hell, what's it matter? They bring them out like 6 or so at a time. So I mean, as soon as
When was the last time you were at Applebee's?
it's been a long time.
Yeah,
That's what I got when I went there. Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway,
not surprised.
thanks,
He did-
Brado.
well, he asked, was there any
would
other
you mix?
restaurant
What
combos?
would your combo be? Your
Ah.
restaurant combo.
I think it would have to be like a Hooters and a Cold Stone. You know what I'm talking about? Like a Hooters and a
An
Cold
ice cream?
Yeah, Hooters and a Cold Stone Creamery. You know, something to tame that wing burn down for the ride home.
Huh.
That would be mine. Yeah, something. Yeah, that would totally be like a wing joint and ice cream spot. That's for sure. Maybe some froyo. I don't know.
I'll be damned.
Yeah. What were you thinking?
I don't know, like B-dubs in a golden corral, like a buffet with beer.
Oh, goddamn. That would be deadly. Real bad.
Beer buffet. I like it. I would put together Chick-fil-A
Oh, yeah.
and
Panera.
no, Chick-fil-A and White Castle.
Oh!
Because my two faves
What a
right there.
lethal
Does that
combo.
mean
Because I would get the spicy chicken sandwich and then a sack of jalapeno cheeseburgers.
Oh, yeah.
But would you be able to get White Castle on Sunday then?
Oh, shit.
Oh.
That side would be closed.
Bum, bum, bum. That's okay. White Castle will still be open.
Yeah. Because the waffle fries, because I'm not a crinkle cut fry guy.
Oh,
I know.
man.
Unpopular opinion.
Culver's is a crinkle place, but they didn't have no salt on them today.
When did you? So you went to Culver's on the north side?
Yeah, Jasper. First time ever been there.
Really?
Yeah, I
I've
seen
never
an
been
a-hole
there yet.
outside, waved at him.
Was he
Talk-
a-hole? Our
talk-
buddy. Does
talk
he
to-
still listen to the show?
Yeah, talked to him
Good.
for a little bit. Yeah,
Our buddy a-hole.
Yeah.
that's right.
Hey, with that though,
Let's go to the glizzy machine.
yeah,
We'll be
we'll be right back.
Hey, Wanderers, get ready to laugh until your sides hurt at the Gaslight Pizza and Grill on historic 4th Street in Huntingburg. Join us on April the 6th for a night of hilarious comedy featuring the one and only Curtis Crow, yours truly, the Wondering Dutchman, and the headliner, all the way from Chicago, Mr. DJ Ribsky. Grab all your friends and come out for a night of delicious food, great drinks, and nonstop laughter. Don't miss out on this one-of-a-kind evening of entertainment. Get your tickets now before they sell out, and we hope to see you there.
Hey, and we're back.
Man.
Hey, that's going to be a hell of a show we're involved in. I've been working on my knock and dad jokes.
Good.
Gonna be a funny son bitch. Funny son bitch.
Glad I didn't say banana.
Hey, we're into hour 2 now.
Here we go.
Now,
Now.
brown cow.
Now,
New
Brown Cow.
York.
I've been into a hot dog over there, and it
Unique.
might have burned a little bit. So.
Hey, tell us about hour 2. Let's hear from our buddy Kriego.
Hour 2 is presented by Matt Krieg of Krieg Insurance. Our friend Matt Krieg has a passion for helping others and a keen ear for listening to your needs. Matt goes above and beyond to ensure you and your family are protected. Whether it's life insurance, health insurance, or Medicare supplements, Matt Krieg is dedicated to finding the best solutions tailored just for you. His commitment to excellence and personalized service sets him apart in the industry. Don't settle for just any insurance agent. Choose one who embodies the traits of success and truly cares about your well-being. Give Matt a call today and experience the difference firsthand.
Hey, all right. Big thank you to our buddy Matt Krieg.
Put her there, brother.
One model American for
Hell
sure.
yeah, hell
So, hour 2, here we go. What you been wondering about, big fella?
Paul Alexander,
No clue who he is.
R.I.P.
Oh, T's and P's.
Yep. Paul Alexander was a man who lived his entire life in an iron lung.
That feller.
That
that
guy.
Yep. Paul Alexander was a polio survivor who was diagnosed with polio at age 6 and relied on this iron lung to live.
From when he was 6?
From he was
So it
after
wasn't
he was
his entire life.
no yeah sorry you're right. After he was paralyzed by polio at age 6, Paul was confined for much of his life in a yellow iron lung that kept him alive. You ever seen an iron lung?
Mm-hmm.
That
On the
big?
He could
Lebowski.
sit. He could sit outside of it for a little bit.
No
Couldn't he?
way. No hell no.
Maybe that's another lady that's on an iron
No.
lung.
I'm
Paul-
pretty sure if you're in an iron lung, you don't come out.
No,
No
this
way.
lady can sit like a few hours outside of it every day.
I don't think that's how that
She has
works.
enough breathing function to be there, but she
Huh.
can't do it long term.
Seems like. Was he in the same iron lung?
Yep.
He was. Seems
And
like they'd have improved technology between now and
I
then.
don't think they could have transferred him.
Oh, how do they clean that thing?
I don't know.
Like
What are
a
they doing
fish-
a power outage?
Like a fish tank.
I do know during power outages that he's got there's shit tons of generator backup because
I bet those things aren't very energy efficient.
he would die without it. He died Monday at age 78, according to a statement by his brother Philip Alexander. He was one of the last few people in the United States living inside an iron lung, which works by rhythmically changing air pressure in the chamber to force air in and out of his lungs. And then the final weeks of his life, he drew a following on TikTok by sharing what it had been like to live so long with the help of I can't speak, an acquainted machine. He antiquated, yeah. That's whatever he said there. But he got his law degree like he was a lawyer. An esquire. He accomplished all kinds of shit while in this son of a buck.
I feel like you'd have trouble making that stand in court.
For God's sake.
All rise.
Episode 1.
Except that guy.
Oh, speaking of that real quick, did you see where Madonna had a bad moment?
No.
There was somebody sitting down at her concert, and I guess Madonna went to roast her, and turns out this lady was sitting in a wheelchair.
Oh, boy.
That's a tough spot.
Yeah.
Bitch.
It said he took questions from his more than 330,000 followers.
That son of a bitch.
About more.
One of you needs to get in an iron lung.
About more mundane yet interesting aspects of his daily life.
Probably like wiping his ass.
Yeah, like the caregiver had to unlock the iron lung, and he would use a urinal or bedpan. That's literally what it just said. Yes.
I'll be damned.
But yeah, he said it was lonely. He said as the machine can be heard humming in the background. Sometimes it's desperate because I can't touch someone with my hands. My hands don't move, and no one touches me except in rare occasions, which I cherish. So he's not getting hand jibbers or nothing like that.
No.
Obviously,
Ain't even giving himself a hand jibber.
no, he ain't even cranking.
He went in at 6. He's probably never.
Never really
I
got
think he
one.
would have gone to school to be like a monk,
Yeah,
not a lawyer.
like a celibate, like a
Yeah.
monk. Yeah, I do know. I
speed
watched.
bump.
I watched a little instead of a speed bump. Wow. Life is such an extraordinary thing, he said. Just hold on, it's going to get better. Well, turns out it didn't get better for old Paul. It said he was born in January of 1946 in Dallas, Texas, and he came home with a 102-degree fever, a headache, and a stiff neck. His mother wrote in a foreword to his book, and he said, "I had every reason to be terror-stricken, and I was," she wrote. Polio, the dreaded disease for every parent, was walking through our city like a big black monster, crippling and killing wherever he went. Because Paul, that they knew that he had it. But I could only imagine being stuck in a rig like that.
Now, isn't there a concern of polio making a comeback because everybody's like, don't vaccinate your kids?
Well,
and stuff?
there's a huge anti-vax movement.
Well, but we weren't vaccinated for polio.
Well,
Really?
no, because
No.
we all wore polo shirts when we were younger. But
Oh,
polio,
the
on the other hand, there.
None of us are.
No, because
Because it's been eradicated.
Dad and all the
but it's coming back.
remember Dad and I'm sure your dad's got it too.
Oh, that wasn't polio.
sure as shit was.
There was like 76.
I thought that was for like smallpox.
Yeah, I thought it was measles or
Polio vaccine scar.
yeah.
I think it's
polio is-
smallpox.
Yeah, it's something like that.
I don't know what it is.
Rheumatoid arthritis. It's not polio.
Rheumatoid arthritis.
What?
Right there. No, it is a smallpox vaccine.
Oh, that's a tough spot. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was. BCG. What's that?
Big cock gazer.
No, I don't think that was what it was. They do know that the family history of Keelan, African, Asian, Hispanic descent are more likely to have, smallpox.
Entertaining radio.
Yeah, what a wild deal.
Oh,
Just read some more, but
So, what do you think?
that would suck. They had his caregiver would had to like wash his head, and then you think like he had like a big long stick where he'd use it around, kind of like in the in Jumanji when Robin Williams like fell through the
R.I.P.
roof with the spiders. And they had to put the dice in his mouth so he could roll them. Put the dice in my mouth. Put them in my mouth. Like that. He had to do everything like that. So like he wrote a book with a stick with a pencil rubber band to it because he can't type.
Well, I mean, he had all the time in the world. He wasn't going anywhere.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what I mean, man. This guy,
If you think about
Straight trooper, dude.
so if he died at 78, he got it when he was 6. So 72 years in one of those son of a bitches.
Mm-hmm. Imagine how mad that bastard stunk. And like you said, how would they?
I bet it was all bleached up pretty regular.
Oh, I'd imagine they'd. Have
I think
to do
I'm more impressed with the fact that something like a piece of equipment like that ran that long.
Yeah, because it was old.
Or how with modern medicine we haven't figured out a way to make it more
Well, there's
like
not
portable.
been probably a whole lot of need for it.
Well, yeah, because there's not very many people that got polio that live to talk about it.
Like, why could you not put him in like a little, basically take
I
like a
bet that-
55-gallon
I bet
barrel,
Like a thumper.
and like a
Yeah.
waist high, like it's just your midsection.
Yeah.
I bet there's something like that now, like a vest.
Well, no, they'd put him on the vent. I would assume they would just keep you on a vent. You know what I mean? Like they would just. It would have to.
Just has to articulate your lungs. What? Replace the iron lung?
Nothing.
Nothing. Boys, I think I've got an opportunity.
Here we go.
The Wandering Dutchman chest thump.
That's how we're going to make our first million, right there.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's exciting. I look forward to that. First
It's a massive coffin-shaped machine.
What shaped?
Coffin shape.
Oh, I think so.
His was like a tubular type unit that looked
like the one
a,
in Big Lebowski.
Yeah, like a submarine-looking thing.
Yellow, even.
It was, yeah, like a yellow submarine.
Call back to last week's Beatles talk.
So polio was just like, it was a bacteria, right?
I thought it was a back thing.
What?
Well, the polio was caused by a bacteria.
Could have been. Yeah, imagine there's a vaccine.
I thought
like that.
if this guy was bringing us something about polio, he'd have some facts.
I don't know nothing about polio. I wanted to talk about Paul and how big of a trooper he is.
Was
Was.
T's and P's.
Yeah. It's an infectious disease caused by a virus that can spread
Oh,
from person
virus.
to person and cause paralysis. Yeah. So, what a wild.
It's a scary thought.
It is, man. Do humans still get polio? It says here that cases due to wild polio virus have decreased over 99% since 1988 from an estimated 350,000 cases in more than 125 endemic countries. Just 2 endemic countries as of October of 2023. As long as a single child remains infected, children in all countries are at risk of contact.
So it only affects children.
Yeah. Well, that's when they catch it, I guess. Right? Because, like, once you get polio,
CDC says most adults have likely already been vaccinated against polio during childhood.
yeah. So I guess that would be.
I think you probably got a polio vaccine or had the opportunity. Oh, maybe not.
Well, like you said, if it's 99% eradicated, why would they still have to vaccinate?
Because I bet if you look at
The
those two,
OPV was recommended for use in the United States between 63 and 2000.
Oh, gosh.
so probably did get
So
it.
we might have did get it then.
Yeah, that would make sense. But if you look at those 2 countries where polio is still a thing, they probably sleep with their barn animals.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm like?
Like the goat
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, countries that
Too much Googling. Anyway, Paul Alexander, one hell of a model American. T's and P's to his family and his brother and anybody else that's left there. And I guess, for his caregiver, take a break, bro. Go.
How long did it say how long the caregiver was the caregiver?
No, I really don't know. Who is Paul Alexander's?
I'm just curious if it was like the same person from like his youth, or maybe not youth, but
Right.
Middle or high school age or something.
So here it is. So this is from May 12th of 2023. Endemic transmission of wild polio virus type 1, WPV1, continues only in Afghanistan and Pakistan.
Oh, yeah.
In 2022, Malawi and Mozambique reported MPV1 cases linked to a Pakistan strain, the first WPV1 cases in the African region since 2016. During 2022 and 2023, Afghanistan and Pakistan reported polio cases. Circulating vaccine-derived polio viruses were detected in areas of the world where poliovirus had been eliminated.
Kathy Gaines was his caregiver and has been his caregiver for 30 years.
The whole career of it.
Yeah, she said she's 66 and she's lived with Paul ever since he graduated law school and moved to the Dallas-Fort Worth area until he died at 78.
She lived there?
Yeah, said that. Yeah,
So she probably didn't have a family of her own.
I wouldn't imagine. No,
Man.
Because
she's 66 now, though. So I mean,
she was only 36 when she.
right. So I mean, she could go. I mean,
She's a trooper.
I don't know what she looks like. She might be a coog. Well, no, never mind. I mean, you might be able to doll her up a little bit, but I mean, she's been used to spoon feeding some cat for a long time.
That's what I mean. She's a trooper. I mean,
That's
she
what I'm
put her
saying,
whole life.
yeah.
I wonder how that must have paid well to
Oh,
stop
boy.
her whole life.
Turns out Miss Kathy is legally blind. Paul did have a lover called Claire, but
Now, how did that work?
her mother forbid them to marry. His brother Phil said his relationship with Kathy, who is legally blind due to type. Now, could you imagine that? How in the hell is she being his caregiver and blind as a bat?
Well, blind.
What
folks
happens
don't
if
get
she
around.
that's probably why his eyebrows look the way
It's
they
not
did.
like
Like he was
goddamn
moving.
straw in his nose or something. I mean, good grief.
Yeah.
Lucky he didn't, lose
How
an
did he have a
eyeball.
lover?
I
You
don't
reckon he
know.
had like a set of
Oh,
reins
look
on
here,
that lung or
Casey. Now,
something?
looky here. That's Mr. Paul without being in the lung.
See, why the
That's-
hell is he still in the same lung from 1952?
I don't know,
That's
man.
what I'm telling you, though. Like, they can go for a little while outside of it, a couple hours, 2-3 hours max. He's not in there 24. They weren't in there 24/7.
I'll be darned.
Yeah,
Wow.
because
Well,
I
he
had
got
seen.
touched more than he claimed. I mean, you don't just get yourself in and out of it.
Yeah, because look here. Here's several photos of him without being in that lung. I mean, hell, there he is, all wadded up in a wheelchair, and then here he is back in the young.
I smell fraud.
just like that
Fraud
bitch
alert.
Helen Keller.
I wasn't gonna go there, but
We're going to get shut down for defamation.
Defamation of character.
Might have to-
allegedly.
Allegedly. Anyway, I was just thinking about that because it was in the news, and he just passed away this week. And T's and P's, and
Yeah, Paul T's and P's.
that would be
yeah.
a tough spot, man. So
Well, he's free now.
yeah,
He is free. So, gosh darn it! In an effort to be more conscientious about the things that I put into my body or onto my body, I have been in the pursuit of finding aluminum-free deodorants, and I'm struggling.
Well, okay.
Go ahead, Dave. Or do you want me to go a little bit longer
No,
for you to
go-
collect your
go-
thoughts?
You go.
So I don't know. I just kind of started on a little bit of a kick of looking for aluminum-free deodorants, and I'm not going to throw any brands under the bus.
Why?
Well, because it's just not my thing. I'll get on an anti-green energy rant or anti-tax rant, but these people that try to make products, I just want to leave them alone. But there was one that I tried that was more of I'm the powder deodorant kind of guy. Always have been. I don't like the
stick?
no, the stick, but
white.
like,
You're a white stick.
yeah, I'm not a clear stick
No.
guy.
Oh, yeah,
it gets
yeah,
too
yeah.
sticky.
Yeah, I
I'm a
don't-
white stick.
So this one that I had been using,
It's a more of an antiperspirant than it is a deodorant.
yeah, so
it's like an antiperspirant deodorant combo.
yeah. So this first one that I was using comes out of Maine by a guy by the name of Tom. Not going to say the brand name, but Tom from Maine has a deodorant stick that's aluminum free,
Huh?
and it says
Probably the same guy that makes the shoes.
it's Tom's of Maine is actually the name of it. It was a joke. Anyways, and it said,
I'd say I'd keep that one to yourself.
Yeah.
There in a couple of weeks. That's
Yeah.
Gaslight.
what do you mean? Oh,
That's part of your stand-up
No, it wasn't
bit.
part of my stand-up bit. But anyways, it promised 24 hours protection from odor and wetness. No, it doesn't.
Well,
And
maybe it does on the
Normal fella
the folks that normally,
use
Maybe
it.
it takes a while for your body to readjust.
Well, the readjustment period came to an end because I started to get that kind of red chafing thing.
Heat rash.
Yeah, so I went away from it. I found some from Dr. Sasquatch.
Yeah, I was just say Dr. Squatch.
And his is a stick, like powdered base or, white stick.
$13.50 a stick.
Well, yeah, this is probably not a real long, but deodorant's expensive now anyways.
Oh, no, you're right. We were just in the aisle today over there at the Walmart. I forgot to talk about that earlier. I had to go to Walmart today, and I'd rather put my penis in a meat grinder than go back over there. I just hate everything about Walmart. I'm sorry. I mean, Sam Walton, whatever. You do you and that whole dynasty that you've created, but I do not like going to that store.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Sam's, which is literally the same thing.
Sam's keeps some of the riffraff out.
To a certain extent.
When you got to pay for a membership, it changes everything.
Yeah, the Walmart and the people, and I mean, nothing's wrong with the people. I shouldn't say that, I guess. I don't like Walmart. Anyway, Duke Cannon. You ever heard of Duke Cannon?
Yeah, I use Duke Cannon soap.
Exactly.
We've had that conversation.
They also make an aluminum-free deodorant. That's $10 a stick. And then the Warden, on the other hand, now she is a big not deodorant-free. She is not deodorant-free. She wears deodorant.
Yeah.
By Native.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of them.
Native.
Yeah, I believe my warden's got that in there.
Yeah, so she does that, but she's more of a spray gal instead of the stick. But they offer a
stick or a spray.
They offer a stick as well here. Now it looks like sometimes you may have to sacrifice a little bit on the smells. Not very many masculine options like sea salt and cedar. I do believe is what the warden.
Sea salt and cedar's good though.
That's what the warden's been wearing here lately. It's very very nice. Coconut vanilla, some old school like cucumber melon vibes. Remember
Love cucumber melon.
Yeah, remember that?
Refreshing.
But there's you've got some options here. You know, Sol de Janeiro looks like they got one. Secret's got one. Dove's got one. You just got to look around.
They've got them, but it's the tough thing of it is they just don't work.
Arm and Hammer Essentials. Now that looks like it would be a real ass kicker. White stick Arm and Hammer. Do you remember wearing Arm and Hammer as a child? Yeah.
When did you first start wearing deodorant?
I don't know. Probably not soon enough. But
I feel like it's bad to get your kids on that too early.
Why?
Clogs your pores. Still growing. You gotta.
Oh, Max wears it now because if he doesn't, he'd be a stinky bastard. Oh, boy. Yeah, them kids at the ripe old age of 11, 10, God bless America. Yeah, you spend the day with him at a basketball tournament without a little
Dio,
a little bit of Dio down there. Good God, man.
So why were you chuckling earlier, Dave, when I introduced this?
I've heard
wonder.
You get to, well, I don't want to. I feel it's going to sound like I'm bashing on you.
That's okay, buddy. Go for it.
What do you mean? Let her eat. He bashes on me all the time.
But I mean,
what have I ever said about you? You're the one with the blue collar jokes.
Well, you're welcome. People like that. It's part of our shtick.
I guess all I mean is you got the styrofoam cup with the diet soda pop, and there's
whoa,
probably
but
more.
there was some news about aspartame this week. Aspartame.
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 This is aspartame.
But aspartame, new information released that you could drink upwards of almost.
Oh, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like a 55-gallon drum or something.
And I guess I'm not blaming aspartame necessarily. Just all the stuff that you normally consume and like an average American consumes.
Yeah.
What the hell is it? Chlorofluorocarbons?
The CFCs.
And that's what's real bad about styrofoam?
Yeah.
Or that's why you're supposed to not burn it or whatever?
I guess it just seems to me that so your skin's one big organ. And the amount of
I got a big organ.
Not area that you put deodorant on, I imagine, just can't be that detrimental.
I guess the way this pursuit.
Do you use sunscreen?
Yes.
I feel like that's probably worse than
See,
deodorant.
I don't.
Well, you got to be on the lookout for the sunscreen that has the benzene in it.
Yeah,
because that seems to show up in a lot of products.
We just use the cheap El Cheapo spray stuff.
Yeah, no shit.
And Jenna, because Jenna brought up, I'm gonna stop using deodorant with aluminum. I'm like, okay, what about all the other shit?
Whoa! What'd she say?
Stop using deodorant with aluminum.
Oh, I thought she said she's going to
stop wearing deodorant.
All together.
No.
I thought you said all together instead of aluminum.
No, she made the switch to whatever you said, native or whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's fine. It just seems like seems like a gimmick to me.
Well, and then like I would think that big deodorant would come out and say like aluminum doesn't cause any of these issues, but then like think about this. The old talcum powder industry took a freaking beating, and I would never guess baby powder was causing ovarian cancer. But I don't like. How did that happen? Was it a bad set of talc?
So here we go.
You can make deodorant from beef fat,
pork, and soap, or is it strictly pork beef fat?
I think you use pork or beef.
Yeah, because there's some people that I know locally that they butchered hogs this year, took a bunch of fat that they rendered out and made soap.
Now, Jenna's cousin's wife, she makes soap because I'll bring her home leaf lard out of the hog and beef, but you can make deodorant with it.
It says here, what happens when you stop using deodorant with aluminum? It just says, as your body continues to become accustomed to living without aluminum, its sweat and odor levels will self-regulate and begin to function normally. So maybe you just didn't give it enough time.
Well, I'm still using I invested almost $30 into Dr. Squatch there.
No, but
what
did you say the first one that you used?
Tom's from Maine, but it was the sticky. It was the gel
clear stick.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Do you remember whenever Right Guard?
Oh, and you twist it up to the top.
Click 2 or 3 clicks, and that big like ball of goo would come out.
Yeah,
I knew a lot of people that did that.
So I thought
That's gross.
I thought you were Googling.
I had Right Guard back when I was a young fella. It really ruined white T-shirts.
Obviously, because it's just a big ball of goo that come out.
Well, it had like holes in it, like a cheese grater. It's like
yes, and then you had to rub that shit in. Grody, man, no way. Those sirens.
That's what I was wondering.
Did you hear them?
They would have been coming from Huntingburg.
They'd be coming from Holland, way closer. What about the?
Well, hold on. I thought you were looking up. How like talcum powder?
That's totally.
Jenna said the sirens are going.
That's definitely the sirens.
Well, there's a basement in the house.
That's probably just for thunderstorm warning.
Oh,
well, what's the radar look like?
I don't know.
I'm surprised we can hear the sirens.
Well, sure you can. They're going off.
They don't turn the sirens for.
Yeah, they do
for rain.
Does it?
It's north of us.
It's DuBois County, then.
Ooh, that radar's nasty.
Yeah. 1039, almost on the nut, bro.
Oh, and it's cutting to the.
But anyway, so your body actually gets used to deodorant, and I would only assume I don't even know why do they put aluminum in deodorant anyway?
Probably because of the antiperspirant.
Yeah. Because that's it says one of them is used for deodorizing. The other one is used to make you stop sweating. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, so the talcum powder was asbestos contaminated. So anyways, I don't know why they put aluminum in deodorant. I think it just is one of those things that they do. But, you know.
It is
what it is.
I know there's a big movement, mostly like on the hippie forefront, that's anti-aluminum and other those hard metals, I guess you would say.
Well, and then like probably the bad thing to your point earlier, Dave.
Yeah.
I would complain about aluminum in deodorant, but it doesn't stop me from drinking beer out of an aluminum can.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm drinking water out of an aluminum cup here. Dave, have you ever updated your stuff?
Which stuff?
Your topic?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. I didn't close my deal out there. That's what I needed to do.
Dave, what do you have?
Well, so I was taking my walk on, must have been Monday. What's today? Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was yesterday.
There, I read it.
So I was walking, minding my own business. And there's a part of a walking path in Jasper that's close to my work. So I walk around the block and then I hook onto this sidewalk mainly. But it's got a yellow line and so it can be a two-way.
Yeah. It's a double laner.
That's right.
Well, single lane in opposing directions.
So anyway, I'm on this here walking path.
The two-laner.
The two-laner. I got one headphone in because I want to hear traffic, and I hear
safety.
and I'm going south.
Okay.
So I'm in the right lane,
Yeah.
and I hear from behind me, right. And I've seen enough movies that I try to step left because you see the movie, and if somebody's passing, they'll say,
On your left.
yeah. So I step to my left and almost get run over by this feller.
So he's commanding you which way he wanted you to go, as
Apparently.
opposed to telling you which way he was going to
Yes.
What
So
an idiot.
now I was able to avoid it. You know, I checked first, but I was the area I was going. But it was a feller on one of these one-wheeled electric skateboards.
I've seen them.
Now this crazy SOB.
go. Is he an older guy?
No, he's younger than me, but he's not a kid. If that-
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like,
Because I know another guy in Huntingburg that has one of those things, and that bastard is fast.
so this is so he was
I think they go up to like 30 miles an hour.
he was
I believe
doing
that.
at least 20, and I really had an old guy get off my lawn moment, like a goddamn kids, new spangled skateboards, and he passed
Damn
me, and
rap,
he
you-
zipped up the hill, and like the curb kind of came up, and he ramped off the curb, and I was like,
You should have threw a stick in his spoke.
well, somebody else said that. But then I pass him on my second lap, and he's coming back the other direction. So I seen him coming, so I stayed out of his way. And then I heard and then 2 feet hit the ground. And I turned around pretty quick thinking, oh, he ate shit. And he definitely wrecked, but he somehow stayed upright.
Is that right?
But that got me thinking, too, about even jumping out of the bed of the truck. Like my legs don't move as fast as my head tells me that they still will.
Oh, yeah.
Like my reflexes are slower or something, and I just don't think you'd pay me enough to try to get on a one-wheel
Not a chance.
skateboarded down.
No, now this feller that I know of in Huntingburg that I've seen he's an older guy. Like he's probably, and I don't want to accuse him of being like old, but I'd say he's probably. Be careful now. The floor is pretty slick. I'd say he's probably in his late 50s, probably.
Oh wow!
And he wears like a very unique hat all the time when he rides this unit. And then he goes. I've seen him into the grocery store, and he'll bring it inside. That's hail.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll park it by the. Oh boy, there's that hail they were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys made it in just in a nick of time.
Yeah. Oh boy, we're taking a beating here, folks. So like he'll park that thing by the newspaper rack coming in the front door more for less, and like do his shopping, put a backpack on, and then just zip ass right back down the hill.
I'll be damned.
Like that steep ass hill
Oh.
going there. Yeah, I mean he'll just freaking let her rip, like right down through there, and really get after it.
That's wild.
I know, and I don't want anything to do with those things
No,
because
hell.
I would probably die if it doesn't have at least 2 wheels.
Oh, hell. The storm got
Bojangles
Mr.
is
Bojangles out. Mr. Bojangles is looking for safe territory.
Yeah, he's going the wrong way. You don't go up in a tornado.
No.
No, sir, you
sir.
need to go down.
I don't understand. Like, the concept, I think there's probably a little bit of a beef in walking past of people that are on motorized
there's
units
100% that.
because that's not what they're for.
no, they're for walking.
Well, and that's where I was in my first fit of anger. And then I felt bad. I'm like, God dang it, man. Don't be a lame old bastard.
yeah, but you
Yeah.
have every right to because
Justine
what if some
told me that before? Like, man, you're gonna. No,
Like-
we talked about
Like
this.
when I put it on my notes, so I keep notes on my phone like you guys do
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And I think in my phone it was, am I becoming that crotchety old bastard?
Yeah, that's. Somebody told me. Oh, it was a friend of the show, middle school soccer coach. We were down at the soccer fields, and those kids were being turds and whipping donuts and stuff. And I had asked those guys before, those kids that were playing down there, like, "Hey, you guys know anything about these ruts in the gravel?" And the one guy kind of lipped off to me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, good talk. Thanks a lot, you know, little jackass or whatever." And he looked at me and he's like, "Man, you're gonna be one angry, grouchy old man." And I was like, "Shut up! No, I'm not."
But I think you're going to be an angry, grouchy old man if there's certain things. But Some things deserve being discussed. And
Right, yes.
if you're shooting around 20 miles an hour on a walking
Have
path,
you seen the videos of the bicycle couriers in like New York?
There's
like
no way in hell
where
I
they
could do
wear
that.
like a GoPro on their helmet,
shit's wild.
and they'll talk about like they'll either be a courier or a Uber Eats guy or whatever like that, and the people that like 100% unknowingly disobey like the bike lanes. You know what I mean? Like they'll pull over to park in the bike lane, or they'll, be walking or trying to hail a cab while standing in the bike lane. And this dude's just like, get out of the way, you fucking moron. You know what I mean? Like just roasting these people because they have no clue. Like
yeah.
this whole
You went
bicycle,
low.
Ooh, there we go.
this whole bicycle world, like this, whether it's an e-bike or a normal pedal bike or whatever, like it's a new thing.
We have a couple youngsters on the squad that have those e-bikes,
Those
and
are
they
cool.
just take off
Those are cool.
like a bat out of hell, and you're just like, this can't be safe.
I rode on one that, friend of the show, Jay Cox, his boys got
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, Cohen.
Well aware of that.
Yeah, he's probably one on the squad.
Yeah.
And then the other boy, the Minky feller, like they both got some.
Yeah. Well aware of that one too.
Yeah, and I rode on one of those two, and it hauled my big ass around.
Yeah.
So I could only imagine what it would do to a spry little like 90-pound sixth grader. You know what I mean? I could only imagine.
Who would think scooters would be on the way out? What's wrong with just cruising an old scoot?
There's a lot of people.
Where do you stand on scoots?
I like them.
I've kind of been wondering about, like, if I found one at like an auction or a sale, I'd have one to cruise around.
What if
Like
we
a
got
moped?
three?
Yes.
Dudley's got one.
What if we got three of them
I'm
and we
in.
rode the streets?
Like Honda Sprees?
Yeah, like the old
Or Elite? Like the
Yes,
Honda Elites?
yes.
Yes, I would 100. Or even the Yamaha Ruckus.
I was gonna say a ruckus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever. We'll find
yes,
some.
I'm down. 100% down.
So we should get a red, white, and blue one, or paint them that way, and then we'll make it a business expense.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's how
I
we'll
like
go
it.
to these events.
Well, we could just go to, hopefully, maybe we could get on old Batteries Now guy and maybe get him on board.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
man.
maybe he could cut us a 3-for deal.
Yeah.
I have no
And-
problem riding a scoot.
No way, dude. If I had like run down to Blesh's, or hey, I'm gonna come up to Casey's, or
Well,
hey,
like
let's
now
go
that I
down.
got the Harley all done, I want to take it on gravel roads.
No
I don't want
way.
to do all, but I
No.
want something. I want to be on two wheels.
Those Ruckuses have a wider wheel.
Yeah.
So they're like a bigger tire that's got a little bit of
What's the
tread.
price tag on one of those?
I wouldn't know. I don't even know if they even make brand new Yamaha Ruckuses.
Yeah, you'd probably have to find that on Facebook Marketplace, which
Yeah.
I'm pretty solid.
And the problem with that being around us being here in DuBois County.
Everybody think we got DUI.
Yeah, those are definitely booze cruisers.
well, that's everywhere.
Yamaha
It's
Ruckus.
a Honda Ruckus.
Oh, it is? I thought it were Yamahas.
No. So back home in Richmond, there's one for $400. Down in Doc Hubbock's hometown, there's one for $2,000.
Oh, that's pretty high.
Then there's one in Clarksville, right next door, for $1,600. Oh, here's another one in New Albany. Looks like we can get them all from New Albany, Clarksville.
Looks like right here on how much did you say? $6,000?
$1,600.
Okay,
$3,000.
it's showing here about like a brand new one on Honda's website. Looks like retail like $28.99.
Oh, well, you just buy a new one.
For
I
that
mean,
kind
if you were going to go buy.
Yeah, for that kind of price tag.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we do at the end of the year. Like farmers always buy new equipment.
Mm-hmm.
We buy these for the.
Well,
Now, does that mean you're not going to get a Harley, though?
Yeah, we probably ought to save that money.
I mean, yeah, because
you guys can get your Harleys and I'll get a Ruckus.
Okay.
You think there's a weight limit on a Ruckus?
No, good shape.
I mean, I'm sure
I've seen
there's.
some pretty portly fellers riding
I
around.
guarantee there's a weight limit on that chair, and it ain't failed yet.
True that, brother.
Shout out OFS.
Thanks to our friends at OFS. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, we're too blessed to be stressed.
But
out.
anyway, I'm all in on the Ruckus scooters, but I'm all out on the one-wheeled units.
well, especially on a pedestrian path, because everybody and their mother has
Yeah.
earbuds in, or they're not listening, or not paying attention.
Thank you for
That's
being
a tough spot there.
Thank you for being cognizant and having your head on a swivel.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
right,
hate
that's
to have
right.
seen you get injured there, but
Well, he'd have probably got hurt worse than I did.
Yeah,
but
'cause we
I'd
would've-
have had a neck injury. I'd
'cause
be
we'd-
calling Casey about directly.
Yeah.
because we would be
Well, you would have ninja hip tossed him as he
beating
came
his
by.
ass.
and-
We'd have been beating his ass. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Now they've got some agility Kimco's.
Yeah,
brand
so
new
Kimco-
for $2.
that
Kim-
would be batteries now.
Kimco is our local dealer there. Yeah, so
What's the price tag on it?
Brand new 2000. I bet if we went in and said we're going to buy 3 of them.
So by the time I get a DUI and I walk out with about $5,000 in lawyer fees, I'm going to wrap up 2 more in a scooter. You're looking at a cool 10.
Oh, they got a 125 now.
Oh, wow.
That's what we need.
2250.
Well, but you might have to carry insurance on that thing.
Yeah.
Well, you
and
have to anyway,
and you have
don't
to
you?
plate it.
Well,
Oh,
no, not
yeah.
on the 50, but I don't know that we.
Now,
I don't know if a
now I
50
wonder what
lasts
the
for
legalities are if you get a DUI and you lose your driver's license on a plated scooter. I imagine you'd probably.
It's a motor vehicle.
Yeah, you can't ride it if you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the case law on it, but
Yeah.
Do you know the guy at Brothers now?
No, but I know somebody who does.
We probably ought to just see what that looked like for a sponsorship deal for three scooters.
Yeah, three mopeds.
could you imagine the content?
Oh God, dude.
It'd be unreal.
I would even buy. I'd say the Dutchman.
Especially, hey, you know Ricky Clem, friend of the program.
Yeah,
Ricky
friend
Clem?
of the
He's got a Honda 70 that's completely restored, so he would probably ride with us too.
We have a scooter gang.
Yeah, and then there's an old woman in Huntingburg, like she's
she's got a basket on hers.
she's a grandma, and she's always got that go to hell haircut.
Hell yeah.
Like her hair's all blowed back in the wind.
Yeah.
You know, I guarantee you we could go riding with her.
We need to figure this out with those folks in Jasper.
Let's
I am
do it.
now ready.
Yep.
Yeah, we'd
I'm
be in
all
good
in.
shape.
And you know what? Another thing too, our kids,
Yeah.
they can use them too if they needed to.
102.1 miles per gallon.
Holy shit!
Good.
Well,
night.
for a normal sized person,
yeah,
probably.
I'm gonna.
So
see.
we're down to like 90.
11, 12.
Hey, get no gas mileage out of this bitch. Yeah, it's a 200-pound person
I'm
on
getting
there.
13.1, baby.
2.4 foot-pounds of torque at 7,000 RPM.
How come I got to stop and refuel every
Hang
time I
on to
drive
her.
to Dave's house?
Hang on to her, boy. She'll get away from
We
you.
got to push her up the driveway.
Hey,
but-
speaking of booze situations, state of Indiana
Yeah,
bringing happy hour back.
that's right.
all that.
Going to take effect in July. I don't know the specifics of it, but happy hour is back.
What's that mean?
Well,
Means
so-
you can change your booze prices for a period of time during
Yeah.
the day to be cheaper.
Current law, you are not allowed to have
Happy
those
hour.
kind of things.
I see.
You would have to have that price be all day. So this would allow you from 4 to 7 be able to do $2 beers or whatever you want to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
like half price apps and $3 Busch Light.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
that would be there. So
Here we go.
that'll be good.
Hey, do we have any Dutchman
Hey, we
Wanderers?
do. You know, I tell you what, you skip a segment, Dave,
Hey,
and the people send.
wasn't they freaking
Yeah.
flow? Did you see all
Wanderers
the
came through.
the choice cuts this week?
Hell
And
yeah.
all the, yeah, that's great.
So
we love it.
we got a lot of good ones here,
Keep 'em
but
coming.
gonna
Keep 'em
keep
coming.
trying to go through them as we receive them. This dear Dutchman, I reach out today about behavior conversations with young school-age kids. This is my first year having a child in school. The school uses a particular way of measuring children's behavior. As the year has progressed and my child has sometimes struggled with expectations, as the year has progressed and my child has sometimes struggled with expectations. We're going to add that word there. My spouse and I have found that we may have focused on the behavior measuring versus behavior expectations. With all of you having kids at different levels of school, what ways have you found helpful
Hook.
to better help them succeed? Sincerely yours, like an onion.
Beat their ass. Take away things that they really like when they get like. I'm assuming she's probably referring to the clip chart.
Well, we don't know if it's guy or girl.
They
They
are
They're referring to the clip chart, yes.
Assuming they're referring to the clip chart. So Eleanor, no, Max, they were all okay. So all of mine had to deal with the clip chart.
I'd say Wild Bill's on the clip chart too, right?
Yeah. Where they clip up, they start on they start on green and they either clip down and they clip up. Like purple's the high,
Depending on behavior, yeah.
blue's the highest, or
It's off the chart.
and then you can get off the chart now, which they didn't have that fancy shit when the twins were little. But 9 times out of 10, at least 1 or 2 times during the day, one of them was clipping down.
Mm-hmm.
And then they could then work themselves to clip back up, which is almost even a better accomplishment.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you start out on green and then you stay on green, you know, big deal. You got to really get after it, you know. But for us, I mean, we just, for when I was a kid, if we got in trouble at school, the consequences were tenfold when we got home.
Because it was when you got home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you think you're in trouble now, just wait till you get home. And then you think you're in trouble now when you get home, just wait till your dad gets home. Like that was always how it was for us. Not so much the baby over there, but because he was always a golden child. But for me, it was always like I was double when dad got home, like my ass was grass. But for me and with my children, what we always did is if they clipped down, then they would lose things that they like, whether it was their tablets or their privileges of going outside or their, whatever. So we'd have a conversation with them and say, hey, look, you bought the ticket. You ride the ride. You ride the ride. I mean, that was for us.
We, go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
No.
No, go ahead. I'm collecting thoughts.
So am I.
Oh, the tough thing about it is we very fortunate because girls tend to mature faster than boys. So behavior issues that we've had with our daughter have been few and far between. I think there was a little slip up as we were getting into Christmas break there. But I think Janelle and I have been very stern that there's certain behavior expectations that we have in the household. Probably very akin to what my mom and dad did to us. You listen to your teachers, you get good grades, life will be easy for you at home.
Yes.
If you don't want to see what the other side of that pillow looks like.
Pretty tough plowing.
And I think the thing that worries me, and I'm going to go behind the fourth wall here a little bit. My daughter sometimes, like I feel like I come off a little gruff because she'll shut down and get quiet around me. And I don't want that to be the case because I want her to be able to tell me like right, wrong, or indifferent. Like I want you to be able to talk to me about what's going on.
Yeah.
Janelle, and I don't know if it's because I've had to be the bad guy when it's come to some of the discipline things. But I think I just have a very high expectation.
We literally had that conversation today about like one of these days our kids are going to stop talking to us about what goes on at school.
About what goes on at school.
What are you thinking of?
I was texting my wife today that I get worried that the kids aren't going to want to have anything to do with me when they're done with school and moved out.
Oh yeah, it'll happen. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like that. With that guy, we're never going to see that guy
Dave
again.
like that.
Well, no. Even for me, like there'll be a point. Like, so my mom made a point very clear that when we were kids, that there'll be times where your kids will just not want anything to do with you anymore, and they'll just stop wanting to hang out with you. They'll stop talking to you. They'll stop, like they'll hate your guts more or less. There's no more.
I never went through that though. With my parents.
Good for you because I did a little bit with my dad just because we're so much alike. You know what I mean? But
I wouldn't say your dad's a shit show like you.
No.
Okay.
He was. I'm sure he was back in the day, but that may be more so with girls than it was with boys. You know what I mean? Like that may be more of a girl thing because like my sister, I don't have any sisters. My sister-in-law.
What are you identifying as?
Oh God, her. There was times where I know that my sister-in-laws absolutely wanted nothing to do with their mother or their older sister there for a while. You know what I mean? So
and I think
that could be a thing.
I guess I don't know. I think Zoe and Janelle are a lot alike. Zoe just hasn't figured it out yet that there's going to be that battle. I think they'll have trouble communicating someday.
Oh yeah.
Just because of how they are, but I don't know. I never went through that phase with my parents because I felt like I don't want to say ruled with an iron fist. That sounds bad, but like kind of was that way. You know what I mean? There wasn't a whole lot of liberties. You were given just enough rope to
hang yourself with.
Well, fill yourself to the restriction around your neck, but not hang yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that, I don't know. It's just tough, but I don't know. I think we just did a lot with Zoe, it was defining the roles of the people within the school and that your friends, because she had an issue with a couple of buddies, they were chit-chatting in class and not paying attention, and nothing chaps my ass more than something like that because it's, because her first response is, well, it's somebody else's fault. It's no, you can tell them to stop talking to you.
Yes.
And you need to do that. And I think some of the tough part is
God, there's another big old hook.
they all go to they go to they're like hummingbird.
Yes.
So they've been together for a long time.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that makes it difficult.
Right.
I think maybe we just lucked out with pretty good kids. William's a little wet. Well, Weston struggled a bit right when he got to kindergarten. He just wasn't used to that kind of structure.
Yeah.
So he was on the bad side of the clipboard
Yeah.
the first month or two, and we were pretty worried about it. William, he did great from the first day. He's had bad days.
Right.
But I don't know. Same thing. We got pretty high expectations. Told the boys if they're going to play sports, they got to get C's or better. If they can't get C's, they can't play sports. But I think our kids are worse at home. Or I hope it's only.
Oh, no. They are.
Like around the house, I'm like, good God, act like you've been in public before. But,
Yes.
I talked to a teacher, whatever. And
You have some of the best kids that we have ever had to deal with. They are way better than you ever were. Where did they get that from? And I'd always say their mother.
Yeah.
Hands down, their mother.
Well, but if they really knew their mother, it'd be different. But I love it when you are out and about and like you've just been riding him the entire time. Let's say you're out shopping and you've been stay close to the damn court, quit grabbing shit. Like just it seems like every 30 seconds you were redirecting on something.
Right.
And some little old lady walks, oh, you got the cutest, just most well-behaved kids. You're just like, oh, thank you, ma'am. Because they're freaking hell on wheels.
Got you fooled.
Yeah. Got the old wool pulled over our eyes. Anything else for Like an Onion? I think we
got her.
I think to find successful, for it to succeed, you have to define roles and what their roles are in that. And your role as a student is to learn to or listen to the adults in the room. Yeah. And work from there.
Definitely.
So, hey, it is that time for the choice cut questions of the week for the fellas.
Let's hear from.
Brought to you by Merkley and Sons.
Welcome to Merkley and Sons Choice Cuts Question of the Week for the fellas, sponsored by Merkley and Sons, the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts. As we gear up for the upcoming baseball season, there's something missing from the ballpark experience that's got us longing for the good old days. Picture this: the crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, and the scent of sizzling meat wafting through the air. It's a scene straight out of a baseball lover's dreams. But amidst some excitement, there's one thing that truly completes the experience: a seasoned Merkley patty on a bun. Yeah, you heard it right. Nothing quite hits the spot like sinking your teeth into a juicy, flavorful Merkley patty, expertly seasoned to perfection. It's the epitome of ballpark bliss.
All right. There it is.
Yes,
our
sir.
buddies over there at Merkley's. This week's choice cut questions come from a longtime fan of the show. Happens to be kinfolk of somebody sitting here at the table. Oh, Aunt Perry.
I'll be darned.
Aunt Perry sent in a few choice cut questions for us, and we're going to get to them. Would you rather live in Alaska or Hawaii, and why?
Man, that's tough. I'd say probably Alaska, just because there's you don't have to go to the Great North. I mean, you could live in Anchorage or Homer or one of those pretty, town-like parts of Alaska and not be stuck on a giant island out in the middle of the ocean. You know what I mean? Like you could be that way, And I don't like volcanoes. They scare me.
So until like a year ago, I would have said Alaska without any hesitation, and I think that's where I lean more heavily to. But I'd want to be in the middle of nowhere. But the problem is I feel like I handle the cold worse and worse every year.
Yeah,
I don't.
Well, that's
know.
what Big Fella's talked about there.
Yeah,
I don't know how well I do in an Alaskan winter, but I think I would hate Hawaii. I just don't know how long I'd last. In Alaska winters.
Right.
But I would probably lean towards Alaska.
I think. So my roommate in law school, he lived in Hawaii for a little bit. And he said it's a real thing that when you live there about 3 or 4 months in, it finally settles in with you that you are trapped on this island. You can't just drive to St. Louis or drive to Kansas City or drive to that swamp down in Florida. You're trapped. and it takes you about an hour, whatever island you're on, it could take you an hour just to drive around. And he said that's why so many people that move out there move right back at less than a year, because it's tough to get over that hurdle. So I think I would say it like that. If I was still at the age I'm at now, I think I'm going to Alaska.
Yeah.
But I think if I was a little bit older and all I did was wake up, drink coffee, watch the sunrise,
Go fishing and
Fish.
ride the buggy.
fish, play golf,
That sounds pretty awesome.
and do that stuff,
After further review.
I think I
That'd be
could do
Hawaii.
that. I could do that in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I could do it in Hawaii.
Good one.
Would you rather live 100 years in the past, which would be 1924, or 100 years in the future, 2124? Why?
Well, I'd say if we lived in the future, then we would probably live forever, because you would think that the medical advancements are going to be crazy by the time, that day and age gets here. But I'd say living in the roaring 20s would be pretty awesome too, back in those days. But I don't know, man. Them were good ones. Tough spot.
Yeah.
I don't know. Take me to the future. I don't want to get like gangrene or fighting any kind of war or anything like that.
How do you know there's not going to be one in 2124?
Well, if there is, then I'm
Hell,
sure
we're
there's
knocking on that door now.
some sort of laser that'll help you heal up real quick.
Yeah.
That's so tough to answer.
I know.
Because I know what happened in the past, but I suppose I'd have to answer this as I didn't know what happened in the past. So it would be just as unique to me as this life or the life in 2124. But based on
Thanks for coughing right into the mic.
Based on the current trajectory of society, I would probably choose 1924 because
Yeah.
there's more freedoms to be had.
Amen. I do agree with that.
I think I'm 1924 because of being
You look good in a suit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the love of history.
Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. For the love of history, I think it would be very interesting.
There's as much history in 24.
That's true. But there's a certain grit into 1924 because right now, to your point, the way things are, it just, I don't know. It'll be a wild situation. A family vacation to Disney World or Yellowstone? Why?
God dang it.
Aunt Perry's hot right
Bangers. You know what? So my mom, the only reason why I would take my kids to Disney would be for them to, number one, experience it for once, and to take my mom to Disney and so she could experience it with them and they can experience it with her. But if that wasn't a factor, then I would go to Yellowstone in a heartbeat. So I'm situational.
So we've talked about Disney World, and we looked into it real seriously about a year ago, but it's just so daggone expensive.
It's nuts, man.
And I get it, the kids would have a good experience, but if I had to pick one, and that was the only trip I could ever go on, it'd be Yellowstone. When I went and spent that week in Colorado, it's pretty wild to me how much BLM land there is out there that's yours as a taxpayer that you can do whatever you want on, within reason. And I think that's a pretty eye-opening experience. I would think for youth today, especially with the confined digital world that we're living in, I think it would be more. It would contribute more to their character to go out and just be in the wilderness.
That U.S. Department of Land Management, man, that BLM ground out there. Like if you listen to Steve Ranella and Giannis Patelis, and you listen to the Meat Eater podcast, there is so many opportunities out there.
Yeah, the hunting public.
The hunting public, those guys, Warb and Zach and those cats, Jake, the whole squad, Ted, they take advantage of all that stuff. I mean, we could literally get in our truck right now, drive to Colorado or Wyoming.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
Years ago. And
that's what I mean.
You hear about these $14,000-$15,000.
No way, dude. You
can go out there for,
over the counter tag for a couple $100.
Now you're going to see anything? Probably
never
not
know.
your first time.
No.
It'd be my luck. It'd be a damn mountain lion that'd want to wrestle.
That's okay. We'll shoot that sumbitch too. But anyway.
Yeah, 100% out west. So.
Yeah. You?
I've done both twice. And
Been to Yellowstone twice?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
We went when we were Papa Frank, Mama Mary. We loaded up the Suburban, made the 33-hour drive. And then Janelle and I actually honeymooned out in Yellowstone.
Oh, wow.
There's two things I've said that I want to experience in Yellowstone that is probably why I would pick Yellowstone over Disney World. Is I want to be out there when the temperature, like in early October, maybe a little bit of snow, but where you see a lot of the animals out and about. And I've also said that I want to get off the beaten path in Yellowstone, as in backpack and hike into the backcountry.
Really?
Because if you look at how it's situated, that west and northwest of like the big loops that you see, the main roads that come in from the east entrance, west, north, and south, like it's cool seeing that. But there's like a whole nother area over here where you're like, they have these guided like horseback tours.
I thought he was going to say two different eruptions. Him and Old Faithful.
You're a freaking mess. But I don't know. And I think the kids would like Yellowstone. They'd like to see the animals, but
yeah, but you're not going to let them like try to touch.
No.
Because those videos are insane.
Don't want to end up.
Hey, Buffalo.
Don't want to end up on there.
Buffalo.
Hey, Aunt Perry, thank you for the questions. We greatly appreciate
Bangers.
it.
Those are real head scratchers. We
really
like those.
good ones there. And I know we appreciate them. Always send them in, folks. Like we will get to them. We had a bunch early on. We worked through them. And now we're kind of rebuilding the shelves, restocking the shelves, I guess I would say, as our friends up at More for Less. But it's unfortunately, Dave, it is time to take one more lap around the table. This is the Last Pass, brought to you by our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power.
The Last Pass is proudly sponsored by Hopf Outdoor Power. As March unfolds, signaling the arrival of warmer days and sunnier skies, we bid farewell to the snow and embrace the promise of a vibrant spring season. And with it comes a new set of tasks: mowing grass, trimming around the house, and nurturing our outdoor spaces to perfection. But fret not, dear homeowner, for the solution to all of your lawn care needs await you at Hopf Outdoor Power. Why waste precious time scouring for deals when you can trust the best in the business to handle your outdoor power equipment requirements? Whether you're in the market for a reliable Cub Cadet or a powerful Kubota mowing machine, Hopf Outdoor Power has you covered. So why wait? Visit the fellows at Hopf Outdoor Power today and let us help you turn your lawn dreams into reality.
Bingo. Yahtzee.
Thank
We're
you
in it to win
to
it.
our buddies at Hopf Outdoor Power. Hey, get your appointment scheduled today for your spring service.
Tuna.
Lots
Yeah.
of mowing already going on out
It's
there.
going on.
There's some.
That's
I
for
heard
sure.
a wild story that somebody said a neighbor of theirs mowed 3 times already.
I believe that.
That's wild.
I believe that.
Let the onion grass grow.
I know it. I like the smell of it.
Big fella, what you got?
Go back to the doctor tomorrow, Friday, the 15th of March. Hopefully get these stupid ass stitches out of my foot, and then hopefully maybe get a little bit of a restriction lifted where I can drive. Man, I want to drive so bad. I want to go somewhere. I want to just get in the old White Lightning or take Tanya for a whip. I want to be able
Man,
to.
with the time you have in the day, you could take that side by side anywhere in the county.
That's true, but I don't have the tags to go in town at Huntingburg. See, I don't have the turn signals and all that.
That's right.
Fancy finagled stuff. But I mean, I've rode. Like I said, I put more miles on that unit in the last couple weeks than it's had for a while. But anyway, peace, love, and positivity. If you're listening to this, then hopefully you would have listened to last week's episode with. Spoiler alert, Dr. Travis Hubbig. Hope you
It
enjoy.
already happened, not a spoiler.
Yeah, it's not a spoiler. So, circa right now, you'll enjoy that episode and get to relive my surgery again for the 14th time. But anyway, this has been a pretty good experience. Hopefully, my nerve pain is gone. I'm getting some tinglies back, which he said it's normal. But yeah, dude, I'm going nuts. I'm ready to get outside and not have to wear my boot, put 2 shoes on for once. And, softball season started. So, yeah, we had one practice already. So We're not on the scrapyard dogs this year.
That's a 6U team.
And there's one in each division.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
They
so
recycle.
I think we're on the Sparks.
We're the Flames.
There you go. Yeah.
6U Flames.
Yeah.
Coached by friend of the program, Matt Noblet.
Oh, yeah. That is right. He
Yeah.
told me that. Yeah, he said he got Zoe bugged.
Well, we missed signups.
That's okay.
I don't know how that happened.
I do, but it's okay.
How? Tell me.
Well, it's just social media, and if you don't follow the right people, you would never saw it.
Yeah, we're not into the softball world.
That's fine.
And we may not be long for the softball world.
You're lucky, right?
Yeah.
But
No
anyway,
comment.
that's all I got. Peace, love, and possibility. I keep saying that. Positivity, and that's all I got. Smoke Dragon, what
Prosperity.
you got?
So,
Here we go.
your small gesture may be what somebody needs most. So don't ever, just I better not say anything. What's that really going to do? Be kind when you can, and when warranted, be thankful. We're all in this together. None of us are getting out of it alive. So be nice to folks.
That's a good one.
Except that guy in that one-wheeled thing.
Yeah.
Him.
What you got, big fella?
Well, I tell you what, a huge announcement that I can't release it yet, but
Cliffhanger.
there is going to be a dream fulfilled this spring.
I already know what it is. Unreal.
Yeah, I'm excited. So it'll be good. Anyways, it is crazy that we're already 3/4 of the way through March. And it's been a wild year. The bingo card's been full. But we appreciate everything you guys do, out in listener world. We've got some really cool possibilities coming up. Our buddy Uncle Todd might be here live in the lounge.
Heck yeah.
Might get a show with him up at the Gaslight. We got a comedy show. We got a barbecue festival. We got a lot of things going on. But we keep trying to give good content out, and we got some other interviews that we're trying to get lined up, working on some of that tech stuff. Like, it's been a slow growth, but I tell you what, it's been good.
Mm-hmm.
And
We're already almost halfway through season 2.
yeah,
That's
and it's wild to think
Few
about.
weeks away.
We'll be planning the end of the year party and a bash and all that other good stuff.
Hell
But
yeah.
just lucky get to
yeah.
do it with
These boys here.
these guys right here.
Hey, keep subscribing. Tell them to do that.
Yeah, we
Tell them
see.
to subscribe, like, share, and tell their friends.
Yeah,
Yeah, tell them that.
subscribe, like, share, tell your friends,
That's right.
and if all else fails, create fake accounts,
Yeah.
And then subscribe them too.
then subscribe them too.
Yeah.
Because we've been doing a lot of work. We've been putting out a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We've been putting out a ton of stuff. So, and we do it for you guys.
It's all for you.
And we're working on a couple other things.
That's fine.
Yeah. And hey, when we end like we did last time, people thought like
Oh, yeah.
there was going to be an encore. I think it's fun if we just let it run out and then cut it to like dark, because there's people that watch the show in its entirety that'll be like, what the hell? What did you guys talk about?
I don't want to not say bye to the Wanderers.
Okay.
Right.
Well, let's say bye then.
Okay.
Dutchman out.
Till next time.